I'm going to remake this Dollar Tree sign with this angel ornament and this scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now you can see that the edges of this wood grain paper are a little messed up, so I'm going to go ahead and paint over them with some truffle color chalk paint. And then I'm going to dry brush over that with a little caramel acrylic paint to give it kind of a distressed wood appearance. Now that that's touched up, I'm going to take my piece of scrapbook paper and lay it down in my project and use my fingers to kind of score the edge and the top there where I need to cut it. And I did coffee stain this piece of paper ahead of time just to give it a little more vintage look. Now I am applying Mod Podge to the front piece of my sign, and then I'm going to lay down my scrapbook paper and just try to smooth out the wrinkles as best I can. I really don't mind if there are a few. That's kind of my style. And then I'm going to take my mini sander and go around the edges just to get rid of any extra that's hanging off. And I'm also going to distress the edges of the paper as well as the top. And then I'm going to take my distressing ink in the color Walnut and use this little brush to rub it on the edges, the top, the bottom, and over a little over the top of the paper too. Then I have this hymnal sheet that I printed out. I coffee stained it also ahead of time, and I'm going to use this brush and a little water just to kind of peel away some of the edges and make it look a little more tattered. Then once I have all the sides torn and tattered, I'm going to use that distressing ink to go around the edges of this paper too. And now I'm going to position it on my project and use some Mod Podge to glue it down. And then I'm going to go over the entire project with some Mod Podge to seal it all in. Now if you do end up with a few more wrinkles than you wanted, once that glue dries, you can spray it with a little spritz of water, and when it dries, it will draw up some of those wrinkles. This angel ornament was already kind of rustic and whitewashed, so I'm just going around the edges with my sander, and then I'm using this distressing ink in the color Antique Linen to give it a light distressing around the edges. And now she needs a halo, so I'm going to paint 3 pieces of floral wire with some metallic gold paint, and then I'm going to use what's on my fingers to kind of go around and add some to the edges of my angel too. And if you have thicker wire, you could just use 1 piece, but mine was pretty thin, so I decided to put 3 together. I'm using this little bell to make a little loop, and then I'm sticking it through the hole on the top and just attaching it there. And you can use anything round to shape it. That's just what I had next to me. So there's her little halo, and I'm going to use my paintbrush to touch up that gold paint and then glue it so that it stays in place well. I'm going to add a little bit of this E6000 just to make sure she stays on really good, and then I'm using hot glue for just some instant adhesion to place her where I want her to be. Then I'm going to take some of this gold paint and add some touches to the top and bottom wood pieces, and then around the edge as well. For my bow, I'm going to use this red plaid ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm just making a single loop bow, and then this is some muslin that I coffee stained, and I'm adding a couple loops of that on top. Once I get all my pieces layered in, I can just tie it up with my string and then fluff it out and cut my edges. You can also kind of pull the ends here to adjust your loops if you need to. And I get asked a lot about my bow maker. It's called a Bowdabra, and I have it tagged in my Amazon shop. The link is in my bio if you'd like to check it out. Now I'm going to add some greenery. This is just a Christmas branch that I'm adding to the top, and then I have a piece of a cedar bush from a floral pick I got at Hobby Lobby. And then I have some little berries that I got at Dollar Tree. And for the top of my bow, I have this bell that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm just tying it up with a piece of jute string, making a little bow, and I'm going to glue it to the center of my other bow. And I just really love how all these pieces came together. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you love it, let me know in the comments, and it would really help me so much if you could share it around. Have a blessed day.